Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you around the country and around the world in your different time zones. Here we are. It's another Thursday here. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning, 1 a.m. in London, 3 a.m. in Israel, and it's 9 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Talk Back Live. This is a show we get together each Thursday at this time. We get together, we have conversation, and of course, we bring you in on the conversation. That's why we call it Talk Back Live, and we want you to be part of the action. We get together, and for a whole full hour, it's talk and conversation. And for those of you who have been around with us a long time, you already know the protocol. For those of you who are new, well, let me introduce myself to you. Frank Allan is my name, and the show, of course, lasts, as I said, for a whole hour. Now you can get in touch with us. You can be in touch with us. If you're watching us, all you have to do is use your computer, your telephone, or your iPad, or even your tablet with a keyboard. Type in whatever you want to talk about. I will see you right there on the big screen, and I will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas, because frankly, that's what the show is all about. All the information that we give you, we let it out there. It's a free exchange of ideas and opinions. And so we want you to get involved and let us know. If you have any particular subject that you want to talk about, you want to create something of your own, other than what I do, because this is how I get started. And while we're getting started, you can type in and do whatever you want to do. You can create your own conversation. I will see it. And of course, I will entertain in as many as possible. And we get everybody involved in it as well. And of course, while you're here, you'll see all of us. You can talk to me, and other people here could talk to them as well. Now, we're on 3 different platforms. We're on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Instagram. And either one of those platforms, you can see us each week at this time. And look at your clock, because you may be in a different time zone. It's 8 o'clock in our area right now, 8 p.m. So we're Eastern, and you may be something else. So whatever that clock says, that's what time we come on in your area each week, right? And of course, you know, we bring you all kinds of conversation and information, and bring your friends in. We really appreciate that, right? Especially if you're watching us on Facebook, right? If you're watching us on Facebook, right, take the time and tag some of your friends, if not all, as many as possible, as a matter of fact, because the more the merrier. We love to see everyone out, and we like to address everyone out and talk to everyone who's out there as well. And so do that right now. It's simple. You won't miss a thing. They'll see that information coming from you. They know it's from you. And as you tag them, all they have to do is click onto that tag, and it brings them directly to us, and no sweat. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, well, we always encourage you to go into our YouTube channel, get there, and subscribe to us. Now, how you do that is you take your little mouse and drag it over where it says subscribe, put the arrow there, point it, click it, and you're in. There's nothing that you have to do other than that. There's no financial obligations or anything like that. You know, it's not a catch-22 or catch-23 or whatever it is. We don't ask for anything. We just ask you just to click on, just to be a subscriber, because it gives us a chance to know who's out there for us and who's subscribing to us. And of course, it gives you the opportunity to know that each week that we come on the air and you happen to forget about it, but you're on the internet, you'll see that instant message will come up, that instant notification will come up. All you have to do is click on that instant notification, and it brings you right to the YouTube channel. And no matter how active we are, we can just post it so much as a video of some sort. Any kind of activity that happens, even if we're not on the air, it will give you that information, and all you have to do is click onto it and see what's happening. So that's the good thing about being a subscriber to my YouTube page. We'd love to hear from each and every one of you. Those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you don't have to do anything special, of course, except keep the word going that we're on the air. Pass it along to your family, friends, and relatives, and let them know, and get them involved as well. Now, for all of you who are watching us on YouTube and Instagram, you can do something similar as the people on Facebook. They do the tagging, and you could do something similar. Whatever platform you're on, cut and paste the link and send it to them. And that's it. And they'll see that coming from you. They'll click onto it and it gets them involved too, right? It costs nothing. So we want you to do that right away, get everybody involved and let them be part of what's happening here. Don't be selfish about it. Pass it along as many as possible, and if you can't do all of your friends, well, maybe a little bit at a time each week, so you invite a few more and then a few more and then a few more as the weeks go by. All right. We really would appreciate that. It's good to have you along with us. Remember, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, Talk Back Live, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So now that we have that out of the way, we want to also let you know that in conjunction with interacting with you, we have our own little thing that we do each week to implement in the show. For instance, every Thursday, and not too far away from now, right now, you're going to get the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. Brian Camp comes from Charlotte, North Carolina, and he brings us that. However, he's taking the week off again, and so we're going to take care of all of that. He was nice enough to supply us with the sports news of today, and that's all coming up not too far away in the program, just minutes from now, as a matter of fact. So we want you to stay around with us. And of course, later on in the program too, we have what we call This Day in History. Now, something happened on this day years and years ago, right? On this day, here we are, September 19th, and something historical could have happened. We've got all of that information coming up, that's coming up later on in the program. And before the show is over, we're going to give you our picks of the week of the movies, because the weekend is coming up, and of course you're going to be doing a lot of things. And of course, one of the things that you may want to do is catch up on some old movies that you haven't seen in a long time, and some of the classic movies. And that's where I come in to help you out with that. I mean, you're resourceful, you can do it yourself, but I do have some movies that I think you'd be interested in. So all of that's coming in, and that's happening right here in this entire hour right here on Talk Back Live. We deliver. We ask you, we deliver, and we thank you so much for being along with us. We want to say hello to all of you people who are popping in on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That's our platform. So wherever you are. So here we are. Here we are. It's the middle of the month. Once again, the months go really, really fast, right? How about that? They go really fast. And of course, it's the 19th. It's the 19th of September. Now, you may be celebrating a birthday or something special, so we wish you a happy whatever it is, all right? And a lot of things are happening. Okay, we have events that's taking place all this month. Oh, yes, indeed. Just this past Sunday was the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month, and that happened September 15th. That was Sunday, and it lasts until October 15th. So that's what we're celebrating all month long, all this month long, and up until the middle of next month, October. So a lot of people are looking forward to that. There are a lot of activities in the communities, I'm pretty sure, that you can invite us to. If you know of anything happening in your community, we would love to hear about it. We would love for you to talk about it. And of course, we'd love to get the information from you so we can put it out there as well. So there he is, Hispanic Heritage Month. And it's one of the festive times of the month too. Now, I'm not really sure how it's actually placed September 15th until October 15th. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a great time to celebrate, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of activities going around. I know in New York City and, of course, Chicago, all the big cities everywhere around the world. And so we celebrate that, and we want to celebrate that with you too. Now, this month too, we are acknowledging Prostate Health Month. All right, that's Prostate Health Month. Now, me being an advocate of prostate, of course, I was a survivor of prostate cancer. So that makes me, I became an advocate for that because I want to make sure everybody understands how it all works. Things have gotten better in that department. I went under surgery and I was on the table for like 8 hours. Now, if you happen to be one of the ones who are facing that, it's no longer 8 hours. It's probably half that now, maybe not even, maybe a little less than 4 hours. I'm not sure how it goes, but it's no longer that long, 8 hours. Things get better, and people are surviving it more. And there's a lot of places you can go if you are a patient. There are a lot of great places you can talk to other people. In hospitals, some hospitals, they provide places, they have classes and things like that where you can talk to people who are survivors and who can tell you the story. All right. And so there's a lot of things happening with that. So that being said, we want you to also stay proactive at the age of 45 and up. I believe that's the age starting at 45 and up. You must see your urologist. Every man has to have a urologist to make sure everything is okay in that department. You want to make sure that your PSA levels are at a really low, the lowest you can get it, preferably 0, which a lot of people, do. But if it elevates too far, you make sure that you go to your urologist. And they have all kinds of ways to check out whether your PSA is at a higher level or a lower level. And people are living through all of this, all right? So, just stay proactive. Remember, at the age of 45 and up, that's something you want to make sure that you get in touch with them and talk to them, and whatever questions that you have. If you have any questions along the way on the program about that, I can answer some questions as well. Also, we acknowledge gynecology cancer awareness month. Gynecologic, I should say, gynecologic cancer awareness month. Now, this is for the women. All right. So now we're urging you, if we talk about the men, we want to talk about the women too. We will urge you. It just seems like all of this is in 1 month, which is good. It goes hand in hand. And we want to urge you to go see your gynecologist whenever you are appointed to do so, whenever he or she wants to see you, and make sure everything is set in that department. So that's why we're making people aware of all of these things. And, cancer is cancer. We already know that no matter what cancer it is, people are surviving cancer more than ever before now than they did before. However, there's no cure at this particular time, but you never know. It may be on the way. We never know. We have to look for that genius who may find a way to combat it. There's different things that you wish there were a cure for, like cancer and arthritis. Unfortunately, there's no cure for those things. But people are living through these things, and people are doing the right things to help out themselves by seeing their doctors, and their doctors recommend what they should do to ease the problems. So that's what doctors are for. So let's stay in touch with that. Also, National Blood Cancer Awareness Month. Now, that's another thing that I look forward to always talking about too. All of this comes in 1 month. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to, because there's a cancer called multiple myeloma. My mom died from that. That's a blood and bone cancer or disease, which again, it's gotten better. Before my mother passed away, it was a devastating thing to see. She was always in pain and deep pain, but it's like people are living through this now. So it's getting better. Science are getting better. They're working on things, getting better. And who knows, like I said, cancer may be curable at one point. Things are progressing. Take 1 step at a time, baby steps. So National Blood Cancer Awareness Month is upon us as well. Also, National Sickle Cell Awareness Month. That's another thing that we're talking about. And it's all for you people who endure that. Of course, it's places to go. You see your doctor on that. Make sure that you stay in touch, and people are living all of these things. It's remarkable how a long time ago people didn't live as long as they do today. People are living longer lives because science has gotten better. And so we make sure to bring this out to you, just to do that. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. It's National Butterscotch Pudding Day. Did you have your Butterscotch Pudding Day today? Did you? Oh, well, maybe you should. That's what it is. And I haven't seen butterscotch pudding in a long time. I was looking around for it in my neighborhood. I can't find it. Unless of course you make it yourself out of a box, one of those pudding boxes, you add the milk and heat it up or whatever. Uh, uh, but you can't buy, I don't know. I haven't seen them. I'm pretty sure maybe in your area they have them. You can go and get them by the tub, right? But anyway, that's what it is. You can't make it up. It's National Butterscotch Pudding Day, and I love butterscotch pudding. Remember, you are able to go out and get your flu shots, ladies and gentlemen. They're available right now. Not only the flu shots, but the COVID-19 vaccinations. They're all available now. All you have to go is go to your pharmacist and, of course, see what they got going, right? Because all it is just a simple pop in the arm, and it doesn't cost much. As a matter of fact, the flu shots are basically free, or maybe your insurance company covers it, but I think for the most part it's free. So you can take your flu shot. I took my flu shot already. Now next week I'll be taking my COVID shot, but you don't have to break it up like that if you don't want to. You can take both vaccinations at one time. It's true. You can go to your pharmacist and ask them about it if you so desire. I don't prefer to do it that way myself, but they say you can do that now. So if you like to take your flu shot and COVID shot at the same time, you can do that. It's all available. Just go to your pharmacist. In some places, in most places, I think you have to make an appointment. You go to your pharmacist website, make your appointment. It's simple to make the appointment online, and all you have to do is keep the appointment. Once you make it, just keep it. All right, don't delay on it. Just make sure that you have it and get it out of the way. Flu season will be here just before you know it. But see, it's good to do it now. This way, you're already set and ready to go. All right. So, and then other places, sometimes certain pharmacists, well, they say, well, something, we can give it to you right now. Just walk right in, depending on where you live. I'm not sure where it is, but I know here in New York City, for the most part, you'd have to make an appointment. So please be proactive. Get your flu and COVID shot. It's a new updated COVID shot, COVID-19 shot. It's available at your local pharmacist. So do that, okay? As fast as you can. We got 47 days left for the election time, November 5th. And of course, you got early voting too, which starts on the 26th of October for 9 days, at least here in New York City. Now, in some places, early voting has already started. So what you should do to find out for sure is go to your local Board of Elections, give them a call and find out whether or not it's time, or you can go vote early and do that. You could also vote by mail if you so desire. And again, the big day is November 5th. That's Tuesday, November 5th. And you can go out there and vote. But the most important thing is you get out there and vote. This election is very important. We always say that each year, this election is important, but this election is very important. So please get out there and please register. If you haven't registered, do it now. Do it immediately. Time is running out. 47 days left before that glorious day, that marvelous day, that election day. And I hope that you vote for the right person. Mm-hmm. Tommy Cash, the country musician and younger brother of the late musical icon Johnny Cash, died last Friday evening. The Johnny Cash Museum confirmed Tommy Cash's death in a statement last Saturday. Tommy Cash performed globally over the course of his career, honoring the Cash legacy along with his brother Johnny Cash, who died earlier. Of course, he died real early. And he was one of the 7 children in his family, including Johnny Cash and artist Joanne Cash. A cause of the death was not disclosed. He was 84 years old. Tito Jackson, who rose to fame alongside his brothers in the Jackson 5, died Sunday with his siblings Jackie, Jermaine, Marlon, and Michael Jackson. Tito became a Motown hit as 1/5 of Jackson 5. Later, the Jacksons, they became later. And the group 4 consecutive Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles, I Want You Back, ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There, were part of the foundations of what became known as Jackson Mania, as the brothers crooned and danced their way into the hearts of America under the stiff management of their father, Joseph Jackson. And Jackson was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as part of the Jackson Five in 1997 and earned 3 Grammy Awards throughout his career as part of the group for the Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group and Best Contemporary Vocals Performance by a Duo or Group. Jackson was 70 years old. Well, it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get started right now. Brian Camp is not here with us, so we are here and we're going to deliver the latest developments in today's world of sports. This is Sports Update. We're a little late, but here we go right now. So let's get started right now. Shohei Ohtani made yet more baseball history. He made more baseball history on Sunday, becoming the first player in 130 years to record 85 extra base hits and 45 steals in a single season. 2 doubles against the Atlanta Braves helped the Los Angeles Dodgers to a 9-2 victory in the 3rd game of the series and took Ohtani's XBH season total to 86, complementing the 48 stolen bases he has already claimed. Jordan Childs isn't done trying to retain her bronze medal back from the Paris Olympics. The American gymnast filed a formal appeal with the Swiss Federal Tribunal on Monday in an attempt to overturn an earlier ruling by the Court of Arbitration for Sports that took away the bronze medal she won in Paris earlier this summer. Child's attorney argued that the CAS decision violated her right to be heard. A deal between the Detroit Red Wings and Lucas Raymond is finally in the books. The team announced Monday night that Raymond, one of the most important pieces in the rebuilding process, has been locked up for 8 years with an average annual value of $8,075,000. And Raymond is coming off his 3rd NHL season, which saw him reach 31 goals and 41 assists. His 72 points led the team, and his 0.88 points per game average ranked only behind Dylan Larkin and Patrick Kane. Raymond's 3-year entry-level contract had a cap hit of $925,000. Scotland-born Tom Samani has been named the interim head coach of the Australian women's soccer team, his 3rd time in charge of the Matildas. The Soccer Australian did not renew former head coach Tony Gustafsson. I guess that's how it's pronounced. His contract after the Matildas failed to make it out of the group stage at the Paris Olympics. It announced that Samani's appointment on Tuesday as the Federation searches for a new head coach. An Oregon man was arrested and charged with stalking and harassing UConn women's basketball star Paige Buchers on Monday. UConn police arrested 40-year-old Robert O'Malley last Friday after several incidents wherein he allegedly threatened and harassed Buchers in recent weeks and months. And he was officially charged with breach of peace, electronic stalking, and harassment on Monday and was held on bond. On this day, September 19th, 1901, 11 Major League Baseball games canceled due to a funeral for President William McKinley. In 1947, Jackie Robinson is named 1947 Rookie of the Year. In 1955, Chicago Cubs Ernie Banks hits record 5th Grand Slam of the season. In 1973, the National League refuses to allow San Diego Padres to move to Washington, D.C. In 1992, Barry Bonds joins Willie Mays and Howard Johnson and Ron Gett for the 30-30. And the year 2008, Greg Maddux pitches his 5,000 career inning against San Francisco Giants. And birthdays today on this day, 1926, Duke Snider, Hall of Fame of Brooklyn, New York. He played for the Dodgers, both in Brooklyn and in LA. He was born in Los Angeles, California. In 1943, Joe Morgan, Hall of Famer and second base National League MVP champ. He was born in Bonham, Texas. In 1947, Larry Brown, NFL running back for the Washington Redskins, was born in Clayton, Pennsylvania. In 1998, Trey Young, NBA Atlanta Hawks, was born in Lubbock, Texas. And there you go. That's it for sports. Thank you, Brian, for bringing us the information on sports. And of course, we always look forward to seeing him. He's going to take the whole entire week off, but I'm glad that he was able to get us the sports. So that's it. In the latest developments in today's world of sports. Hey, you know something? I should add something while in the sports mode, that the Yankees and the Mets should be going to the World Series. They should be. The Mets are the wild card. They're both wild card teams, right? And the Mets are 2 games. Oh, they're 2 games up. So are the Yankees. So hopefully we'll see, because, once both ball teams are in New York, they come to New York, right? That's good money coming in. That's good revenue coming in. It creates a lot of stuff. And I've been looking for that for a long time. So let's see what's happening. I'm not a Met fan. I'm a Yankee fan. But I would love to see the Mets and the Yankees going to the World Series. Let's not push ourselves. There's so many things at stake, so many things to be watching for. And then after this baseball season is over, we're already in football mode already. We see that. So that's coming up. We've got a lot of sports going on. So we look forward to seeing all of those things coming in. Well, we thank you so much for being with us. Just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And of course, we're talking back live to you. And if there's anything that you want to say in particular, well, of course, you can do that. You can do that. All you have to do is just type in whatever you want to type in. Let's say if you have a particular conversation that you want to talk about, please feel free. Feel very free, because we look forward to hearing from you. And we would love, by the way, to answer all of your questions and ideas. Should you have any, that would be great. And tell your family and friends about it. Keep them abreast on what's going on with our show. We would love to have you aboard with us. We want to continue to say hello to all of you guys who are out there watching on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and wherever you're listening. We're global, by the way. I must say that we're global. We're all around the world. And all you have to do is just keep track of what we're doing. I want to say hello to Kevin Briscoe. That's the doctor, Dr. Cigar. We'll call him Dr. Actually, he's Senor Cigar. And of course, he's out there. What he said, Otani made it at 50-51. Okay, so he advanced. Okay, so I had the late news there. So he made it today. Thanks for that information. I really appreciate it. See, that's what I like about this show. I can get people to help me out. We were a little late. We were a little behind, but he got 50-51 today. So everything is climbing. And yesterday was a National Cheeseburger Day. All right. Now, I didn't know that, but you know something? I wasn't on the air yesterday. But that's good to know, because that's one of my favorite dishes is cheeseburgers. I love cheeseburgers. And you can't have cheeseburgers without fries. You have to have fries. It should be a law that you eat cheeseburgers without fries. It should be a law. They go hand in hand, And what I love the deluxe burgers, the cheeseburger deluxe burgers, right? Those humongous burgers with the cheese, and then you have the tomatoes and the pickles and the lettuce and all of those things. I think Saturday over the weekend I'll get one of those deluxes just to kick it around a little bit. I don't eat a lot of cheeseburgers, but I think I'm due for one right now. Kevin, thank you so much. Kevin, I've been watching you. I've been following you too, by the way. You get around. You get around. I see all of those beautiful people you were with. You get around, guy. I really appreciate that. Anyway, all of you guys who are watching us, give us your stretch on baseball, whatever you want to do. Anything you want to talk about, give us your opinion about it. And who is your team? Kevin, I already know who you want to see. But I just mentioned earlier that the Mets and the Yankees should do it. I'm not going to talk anything about it. I'm just going to let it ride and see what happens, and hopefully it'll happen. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we're going to be with you for the balance of the hour, and we'll answer all of your questions. Let's see. Kevin just said, let's see. It's would've. Oh, would've. I guess that's what you meant. Would've Atlantic City on Sunday for a cigar convention. Okay, you got a cigar convention. Okay, he's got a cigar convention. That's why they call him Senior Cigar. You know, he's the king of the senior cigar. So he got an convention in Atlantic City. So that's happening Sunday, or is it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, the convention in Atlantic City. Any reason why you used to do Vegas? What happened? So he changed it. It said will be in Atlantic City. Okay, I figured he changed that. He used to do it in Las Vegas. Now he does it in Atlantic City. I have to tell you, I haven't been in Vegas in 10 years. It's been 10 years for me, Kevin. So I am due to go back there. Anyway, we look forward to seeing you in Atlantic City. You know, say hello to all the people out there for me, and tell them not to lose their money in one place. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep things rolling right here on Talkback Live. And of course, my name is Frank Allan, and we're going to be with you for the entire hour. You know what I wanted to talk about, and you probably heard it on the news already. You heard about Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever names that you want to use. Those are the names he used in the past. You already heard that he got arrested. You know, he's in Brooklyn right now at a facility, which is like very unpleasant. I understand. You know, they were known for unpleasantcies there. Conditions are not very well. They say conditions are very low there. But of course, you heard about it. He's gone in for racketeering and sex trafficking or whatever. You heard the whole story. You know, I just wanted to bring that out because they didn't waste any time putting him in jail. You know, he didn't even get a he didn't even he asked for a he asked for bail, but he didn't get that. He was denied bail twice. You know, his lawyer was there. He denied bail twice. And now I'm not by any means, ladies and gentlemen, upholding everything that he did. I'm not doing that at all. Not at all. Because if whatever they allege that he did, and I've seen the video with him beating his girlfriend in a hotel. I've seen all of that, you know, so that's enough to put chills up and down your spine. You know, I'm not upholding what he did because doing all of that, you know, of course, you know, he belongs there. But the reason why I said is that they put him in jail. They didn't waste any time to put him in the jail. And yet you have someone who has 34 felony counts, and throughout all of that trial, it was delayed, and this guy is still walking the streets. And he's still walking the streets now, and the delay in the courts is just helping him out. Delay. And not only that, is that this guy wants to run for president. Now, I need someone to explain to me, because I know if you have a record like that, you can't even get a city or federal job. They're not going to have you. But yet you could run for president of the United States. All right. And so I'm saying that is that what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Diddy is gone. They didn't waste any time. Hell, remember Bill Cosby? They didn't waste no time putting him in jail, you know? And his case was like kind of similar, not quite as bad as Trump. But, you know, he with the sexual thing and all of that stuff, you know, and he was put in jail for that, and they didn't waste any time for that. But this guy still walking the streets. Someone needs to explain that to me. Anyway, I think for your information, I think Sean Puffy Combs is going to be locked up. He's going to stay there. He's not getting any bail, and he's going to stay there until I think October 9th is when he gets next hearing. And I think that's when they're going to decide whether or not, I think that would be the day when you'll hear more, whether or not, you know, he will spend time in jail. And it seems, they say it's a possibility that he could spend the rest of his life in jail. But we don't know that yet. We'll have to see. That information should be coming up, like I said, October 9th. And so we'll see what happens with that. There's so many things, so many events happening around, you know, you got the presidential run and everything, which is, as I said, coming up in 47 days from now, you know, we're going to be voting. But I just figured I'd throw that out there just for conversation pieces. Anybody have anything to say about that? Of course, you know, we always welcome you about that. But again, I don't condone anything that he did. I don't condone any kind of thing like that. So we're going to have to see what happens. We're going to have to see what happens on that day, October 9th. I think that's the day where they're going to, his fate, that will determine his fate, and whether he goes in for the rest of his life or not. We'll see. Like I always say, everybody's going to jail, but the right person. All right, we'll leave the rest of it alone. Okay, we're going to move on, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Talkback Live, and I think it's about that time right now. It's that time to go back in time, and we go back in time to 1796. Were you born then? Anyway, back on this day in history in 1796, George Washington's farewell address as U.S. president is published. On this day in history in 1910, George M. Cohan's musical Get Rich Quick Wallingford premieres in New York City. On this day in history in 1911, Red Tuesday, 20,000 Spanish protests for universal rights. On this day in history in 1951, the first broadcast of Search for Tomorrow aired on CBS TV. On this day in history in 1952, The Adventures of Superman TV series starring George Reeves premieres in syndication in the United States. On this day in history in 1952, the United States barred actor Charlie Chaplin from re-entering the country after a trip to England. On this day in history in 1959, Nikita Khrushchev is denied access to Disneyland. On this day in history in 1960, Life magazine celebrates artist Anna Murray, who's better known to you as Grandma Moses' 100th birthday by putting her on the cover. On this day in history in 1960, Chubby Checkers' The Twist hits #1 on Billboard Hot 100. On this day in history in 1969, UCLA fires Professor Angela Davis for being a communist. Termination was overturned in court, and she was later fired for using inflammatory language. Back in 1970, the Mary Tyler Moore Show premiered on CBS. And back in 1973, Pirate Radio Free America came off Cape May, New Jersey, that formed. In 1975, Farley Towers, starring John Cleese, Prunella Scales, and Andrew Sachs, premieres on the BBC Two in the UK. 1979, a 5-day Muse. Muse stands for Musicians United for Safety, for safe energy. It was called Nukes. And they had a concert against nuclear power, and it opens at Madison Square Garden back then. And the performance included Jackson Browne, Bonnie Raitt, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, James Taylor, Carly Simon, Gil Scott-Heron, and the Doobie Brothers. Back in 1980, Ordinary People, a film directed by Robert Redford and starred Donald Sutherland and Mary Tyler Moore. Great movie, along with Judd Hirsch. That was a great movie. It premiered and made the Academy Award Best Picture of 1981. Speaking of 1981, that was the same year Simon and Garfunkel reunited for a concert in Central Park in New York City. In 1982, the 34th Emmy Awards goes to Hill Street Blues, Barney Miller, Allan, and Carol Kane. Back in 1986, 3D short film Captain EO with Michael Jackson premieres at Disney theme parks. Back in 1988, Bon Jovi releases their fourth album called New Jersey. In 1989, Doogie Howser, MD, starring Neil Patrick Harris as a teenage physician, premiered or debuted on ABC TV. In 1989, Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation 1814, her fourth studio album by Janet Jackson, is released, made the Grammy Awards Best Long-Form Music Video in 1990 and Billboard Album of the Year in 1990. And speaking of 1990, American gangster film Goodfellas, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Ray Liotta, that premiered in 1994. Hospital-based drama series ER premieres on NBC, starring George Clooney, Anthony Edwards, and Noah Weil. In 2014, Columbia Records releases Cheek to Cheek, a debut album of jazz standards by singers Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. They debuted at #1 on Billboard's 200 jazz albums and traditional jazz albums charts. In 1921, singer and songwriter Billy Ward of the Dominoes was born in Savannah, Georgia. He died in 2002. In 1926, actor, writer, and host of Inside the Actor Studio, James Lipton, was born in Detroit, Michigan. He died in 2020. In 1928, Adam West, who portrayed Batman, the series, back in the 60s, was born in Walla Walla, Washington. In 2017, that's when he passed away. In 1931, R&B singer Brooke Benton was born in Lugoff, South Carolina, and he died in 1988. In 1933, actor David McCullen, the Man from U.N.C.L.E., he played on The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and NCIS. He was born in Glasgow, Scotland, and he died in 2023. The Beatles manager Brian Epstein was born on this day in 1934 in Liverpool, England. He died August 27th, 1967, at the age of 32 years old from an accidental drug overdose. Singer Cass Elliot from the Mamas and the Papas was born September 19th, 1941 in Baltimore, Maryland, and she died July 29th, 1974 at the age of 32 years old from a heart attack. In 1942, pop and soul singer Frida Payne was born in Detroit, Michigan. She's 82 years old today. Happy birthday, Frida. Actor Jeremy Irons was born on this day, 1948, in Cowes Isles of Wight, England. He's 76 years old today. In 1946, attorney Barry Scheck from the OJ trial, part of the Dream Team, was born in Queens, New York. He's 75 years old today. Former model actress Twiggy was born on this day, 1949, in England, Middlesex, England, and she's 75 years old today. Journalist Joan London was born back in 1950 on this day in Fair Oaks, California. She's 74 years old today. In 1952, guitarist Nile Rodgers from the disco group Chic was born in the Bronx. He's 72 years old today. In 1958, actor Kevin Hooks was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He's 66 years old today. In 1958, rock guitarist and vocalist Lita Ford was born in London, England. She's also 66 years old today. In 1964, actress Kim Richards, born in Long Island, New York. She's 60 years old today. A lot of birthdays. Country singer Trish Yarwood was born on this day in 1964, and she was born in Monticello, Georgia. She's 60 years old today. In 1970, actor Victor Williams, who played Deacon on that sitcom, The Kings of Queens, he was born in Brooklyn, New York. and he's 54 years old today. Comedian Jimmy Fallon was born on this day in 1974 in New York City, and he's 50 years old today. In 1976, actress Allison Sweeney from the soap opera Days of Our Lives was born in Los Angeles, California. She's 48 years old today. In 1945, actor Shirley Temple weds actor John Agar. In 1959, actor Rod Steiger weds stage and film actress Claire Bloom in Los Angeles, California. In 1998, Full House actor John Stamos weds model Rebecca Romaine in Beverly Hills, California. In 1972, comedian actor Phil Hartman, he divorced his wife Gretchen Lewis after 2 years of marriage. In 2016, actress Angelina Jolie files for divorce from Brad Pitt. In 2023, actor Kevin Costner and Christine Bergenot settled their divorce after their legal battle. In the 20th U.S. President James Garfield died on this day in 1881 at the age of 49 years old. The cause of death, assassination. He was born November 19, 1831 in Moreland Hills, Ohio. In 1967, disc jockey and TV announcer Martin Block from the Maple Leaf Ballroom died at the age of 64 years old. Orville Reichenbacher, the popcorn man, remember him? He died on this day in 1995 at the age of 88 years old. Cause of death, suffered a heart attack, and then he drowned. He was born July 16th, 1907 in Brazil, Indiana. Year 2000, film and television actress Gloria Talbot dies of kidney failure at the age of 69 years old. In 2004, country pop singer and songwriter Skeeter Davis, remember The End of the World? She dies of breast cancer at the age of 72 years old. Novelist Jackie Collins, the sister of, what's it, Susan? Can't think of her sister's name offhand. Anyway, Jackie Collins, she's a novelist. She died September 19th in 2015 at the age of 77 years old from breast cancer. She was born October 4th, 1937, and she was born in London, England. And finally, actor Bernie Casey, former football player too, dies at the age of 78 years old. And so that's what's happening as far as the entertainment news is concerned. And so there you have it. There you have it. That was a long list. That was a long laundry list, right? Long laundry list. But we got through it anyway. Anyway, we thank you so much. A happy birthday, by the way, to all of the birthdays that I read off. I want to say happy birthday to all who are with us now and who were with us, and we salute you. And listen, those of you who may be celebrating a birthday or at any time you want to talk about anything in particular, please give us a shout. I have an email address and a telephone number, okay? Now, I'm going to give you my email address first. All right, email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled A-L-L-A-N. And that's very important. Prod is P-R-O-D. That's short for production. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. We want you to get in touch with us. Please, we would love to hear from you. And let's say, for instance, like I said, if you have a birthday coming up and you want us to announce it right here on the show, we'll be glad to do that for you. All you have to do is just make sure you do that. That was Joan Collins. You're right. You're right. I don't know why I'm losing my mind here. Joan Collins, the actress who played on Dynasty. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin's got all the answers for me. You know, when I lose my mind, he still has us intact. Okay. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, if you want to talk about anything at all, if you have a birthday you want us to announce, that we can announce your birthday, your bar mitzvah, or any kind of event that you're having along, we'll be glad to do it for you. Just please get in touch with us. Maybe you want to critique my show. All right. We would love to do that. I'm not thin skinned at all. As a matter of fact, I welcome you to do that. Bring it, because it gives me a chance to know where we at as far as you're concerned. All right. And we would love to hear your critique. And maybe you have an idea about the show that you think we should implement in our show. All right, we'll do that. Interviews, whatever, we'll do that. Anything at all. Just stay in touch with us, and keep all of the information with you in your electronic devices, such as your cell phone or your computer or anything where you want to get access to it be at your disposal just that quick. Please, we'd love you to do that. All right. And so again, let me give you that email address and that telephone number again. Please be proactive. Get in touch with me at any time. We'd love to hear from you. The email address again is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. The telephone number, once again, is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I mentioned at the top of the show, we have 47 days left before our election is coming up. And it's very important that you do that. There's a lot of things that are at stake. The only thing that we're looking forward to is enjoying the things that we once did in the past, and of course, a lot of things on the line, as you already know, women's reproductive rights, voting rights, you heard about all the situations that's going on in Ohio, Springfield, Ohio, the Haitians, eating dogs and cats and all of that stuff, all that ridiculous stuff. All right. I'm personally very tired of the rhetoric that's going on with that, all of the false information, if you will. Okay, and it happens every day. And I don't know if it's their way that they think they're going to get any votes for that, or they're going to up their chances for getting into that White House. I am looking forward to wiping all of that out. I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a guy here that totally lost his mind. He lost his mind. Did you see him in Las Vegas? Did you see him in Las Vegas? The funny thing happened in Las Vegas when he introduced. What was his name? Maybe you can help me out with this, Kevin. What was his name? Oh, Nicky Jam. Nicky Jam, the Latin rapper. I think he's a rapper, right? Nicky Jam, or musician. Nicky Jam, and he got up on the stage and he says, "Oh, I want to thank Nicky Jam. Nicky Jam, she's hot. Nicky Jam, she's hot. You heard of Nicky Jam? She's hot. It turned out Nicky Jam happened to be a man. He didn't know anything about who Nicky Jam was. All he knew is that Nicky Jam supported him. I think he might have made the switch since then. I'm not sure. I got to check more on that. I think he might have made the switch and backed off of that. I'm not sure, which a lot of people are doing, like Taylor Swift. He hates Taylor Swift now. Why does he hate Taylor Swift? Oh, maybe because Taylor Swift decided that she wasn't going to vote for him and she was going to endorse Kamala Harris. Or maybe that Taylor Swift is a billionaire and he's not. And if you believe he is, then I'm going to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. All right. And you can't fool me. You could BS somebody else, but you can't BS me. I'm not having it. Anyway, to say all of that, it's the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is to get out and vote. Now, I didn't mention at the top of the hour that you should go to your local board of elections because they're early votings now. You can go and there's early voting. And all you have to do is call up wherever you are. I don't know where you live, but wherever you are around the country, you can find out, when early voting started this week in some places. Here in New York, early voting will start October 26th, I believe. If it's not the 25th, it's the 26th, and it's going to last for 9 days. And this is the information that got back to me. 26 for 9 days, and then they're going to take a day's break, and then they go into the general election. Now, I'm saying the 25th because the 26th is on a Saturday and the 25th is on a Friday, I believe, right? And so I say the 25th because if it's 9 days, if it's the 26th, if it's 9 days, then the following day is the 5th, the 5th of November. So he said it would be 9 days and then a break off. So I would say the 25th. Nevertheless, don't take my word. Call them, find out for sure. In New York, I'll give you the information in New York. But for the rest of you who are around the country, go to your local board of elections, give them a call. You can find that out. I don't have that information for you, and they'll give you that information. Now, for those of you who are living in New York, we originate from New York. That's where we're broadcasting now in New York. I have the Board of Elections for you, and it's located at 200 Varick Street on the 10th floor. That's downtown in Manhattan. And you can go visit them at any time. But you might want to give them a call instead, because that would probably be the faster way to get results. You can call them at 212-886-2100. That's 212-886-2100. You can ask any kind of question you want. When they actually start the early voting, you can find out about the voting by mail. You could call them and you could have them send you the application, and all you have to do is fill it out. But please take your time and fill it out very, very carefully. You don't want to mark down something that you didn't intend to do. Give it a second, a third, and a fourth look at it, and then you could send it out. It's very confidential. You can fold it up and send it out right in the mail. You can do that. So you can vote by mail. You can do some early voting, which in some cases, I said, depending on where you are, early voting started this week. So a lot of people are doing that. Or you can just wait to the 5th of November, which is on a Tuesday. So just get out there and vote. That's the most important thing. It's time for me to give you those movies, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the weekend is coming up. Everybody's looking forward to that. We all look forward to that. And some of the things that you want to look at is some old movies. If, let's say, if you're not doing your norm, whatever you do on the weekends, it's a lot of people want to sit back and relax at home, because the weekends sometimes is the only time that you get. Everything is work, 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 right? So you might want to do on the weekends and catch up on some old movies you haven't seen in a long time, and give it a shot. Now that's where I come in. I have a couple of movies I want to, well, listen, I only have one this week. I only have one movie this week, but I think you're going to like it. It's a classic. Back in 1957, it's called Edge of the City, starring John Cassavetes and Sidney Poitier, along with Jack Warden. Remember that? That was a great movie. I loved it. Back in 1957. And it comes on Turner Classic Movies. You can check it out this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Right there on Turner Classic Movie. That's called Edge of the City. And now you can go on Turner Classic Movies, go on and go through the program guide, because there may be other movies that I didn't mention that I can see, but this just was my pick of the week, you know, and check it out. You can see that, and you can go there, and you can also check out the other things that are going on. You have sporting events, you have children's programming, you have what else do you have? Lifetime movies, those kind of movies, see what's available there. Children's program, documentaries, a whole 9 yards. And plus, you can go on pay-per-view and check out the free movies and the pay-per-view movies, right? You know, go on there on demand, free movies. There's a lot of free movies. And then you have the pay-per-view movies. And you can check it out in the comfort of your own home. Pop some microwave in the popcorn and enjoy it. All right. So again, the name of that movie is called Edge of the City. John Cassavetes and Sidney Poitier and Jack Warden. That's Turner Classic Movies. And that's Saturday at 2:30 p.m. I hope you get a chance to enjoy it. Speaking of enjoying, I enjoy doing this show, as I always do. I hope you enjoy being here. And we're going to be here tomorrow morning. We're going to be here tomorrow morning. Yes, I got to go home and get some sleep, because it's the coffee hour. And I'm going to be along here. Brian Camp is going to take the day off. He's not going to do anything. And I just got wind that the Jets are in front in the second quarter, 7-0. They're playing the Patriots. I kind of figured the Jets was going to go up there. Anyway, we're going to be back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. Brian's not going to be with me, but we're going to cover all the sports, and I look forward to seeing you here too. You can also meet me back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for more of Talk Back Live. Brian Camp hopefully will be here, and he'll bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports. I will definitely be looking for you guys to be around with us, and we'll see you then. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant good night, and we'll see you then. Take care. Go Jets!
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host Frank Allen. The producer is Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stanky. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.